logistics. They have gotten some good news yesterday, infrastructure status. For a lot of you are wondering, what would this mean for companies? Soumeet is here to give us the details. Soumeet, good morning. It's a good morning for the logistic companies for sure.
Yeah, it is a good morning for them, and good morning to you also, Neeraj. So what government has done now is they have changed the earlier transport category to transport and logistics category and have included logistics infrastructure as an infrastructure subsector in the list. So transport and logistics include roads, bridges, ports, shipyards, inland waterways, airport, railway tracks, etc. But what is new and what has been newly added is the logistics infrastructure. So what does that include? It includes multimodal logistics park, including inland container depot with a minimum investment of 50 crore rupees and a minimum area of 10 acre. It also includes cold chain facility with a minimum investment of 15 crore rupees and a minimum area of 20,000 square feet, and warehousing facility with a minimum investment of 25 crore rupees and a minimum area of 1 lakh square feet. So how does it benefit them? How does it benefit the logistic companies? Now, the sector is now likely to attract more funding at competitive rates. Having an infrastructure status would help the logistic company to get credit at marginally lower interest rate and on a long-term basis. It will also give sector access to large amount of funds through external commercial borrowings, and this move could also attract the large pension funds and debt funds to invest in the sector. Lastly, it will also reduce the cost of borrowing for the developer. So why was this move needed? Now, logistics cost currently in India is very high. Now, India spends around 13% of GDP as logistics cost, which is more than what US and Germany spends. US spends around 9.5% of their GDP as logistic cost, while Germany spends around 8% of their GDP as logistic cost. Now, this is according to a McKinsey report. Now, as logistics cost is high, Indian goods become less competitive in the global market. So this move of including logistics in the infrastructure will not only help the logistics sector to get funds get funds easily, but also help these goods make more competitive in the global markets. Now, there are a bunch of logistic companies that will benefit from this, but to name few, it will include TCI Express, Snowman Logistics, because it is a cold chain player, Mahindra Logistics, then it will also benefit Allcargo, Blue Dart, and also Container Corporation of India.
Thanks a lot for that, Soumeet. Let's try and figure that out with Shashi Kiran Shetty. He's the chairman and managing director at Allcargo Logistics. He joins us right now on the show. Mr. Shetty, good morning. Thanks so much for joining in. Tangible benefits as a result of this move? We all know it will benefit, but can you outline for us the tangible benefits?
I think one of the main benefit going to be the infrastructure status. I think one of the biggest issue that is facing the industry is low margin, and when you are in a low margin business with a very high cost, it becomes extremely difficult for people to make investments unless the margins are so high. So I think that's a great move, has been an industry demand for a long time. Second, of course, is the GST will consolidate the entire logistic movement. I think that will throw tremendous opportunity in the years to come. It's not going to happen overnight. I think it is going to be a 2-3 years play. I think a very good time to be in the logistic industry for sure, and a lot of interest from international players and international funds to give money to companies who are well established like ourselves. I think it's a great opportunity.
Mr. Shetty, does this substantially change your cost of funds in any way? Would you talk us through that?
I don't know. I mean, we'll have to figure that out. What kind of a reduction in the interest cost, maybe a couple of basis points, a couple of 100 basis points. And so we'll have to figure that out. I think it's too early. I think this happened just a couple of days ago. So we'll have to, we're not yet spoken to anybody yet, but let's see how it goes.
Do you at Allcargo have any big fundraising plans at this point in time that this could immediately benefit?
Yeah, we have announced to build a few logistic parks around the country, utilizing our existing land bank, which we've been, we acquired over the last few years, and the investment size is anywhere between 700 to 1,000 crore over the next 3 to 5 years. So it's going to be a big benefit in the interest cost.
How much of that would you be raising through debt? How much equity?
A substantial portion is their debt because the company is quite under-leveraged. And I think having said that, we may at some stage also have to raise equity or bring some global partners to co-invest in some of our projects.
Would you say that the funding needs, especially from the debt point of view for the entire industry at this point in time, would be considerable because players like you would be in an expansionary mode, especially to capitalize on the GST-led opportunities?
Yes. Sorry, what's your question again?
My question is that would you say that the industry as a whole would be looking to raise substantial funds via debt to capitalize on GST-led opportunities?
Yeah, I'm sure. Many companies would consider that, whoever has a big plan, because in this business, things have also changed. I think there is no room for small, little facilities to be built. I think what is required is mega facilities, and those need mega funding. So, see, that, like I said right from the beginning, I think the industry is also going to get consolidated in some way in the major infrastructure development. That's where I think the big players will have a role to play. It will not be as fragmented as it used to be in the past.
Are you looking for consolidation opportunities?
We always, look at that, and that's one of our core competence within the organization to consolidate, which we have successfully done globally, and we are also looking at such opportunities in the country as well. It's an ongoing core competence of the company.
All right, we'll leave it there this morning. Thank you very much. That's Shashi Kiran Shetty of Allcargo Logistics.